Hello. I just thought I'd pop on. I wasn't really planning on doing any videos or anything up until we had a bit more news, like my treatment plan and things like that, because we've not got that yet. But after the video on the joint channel, my video, and a couple of social media posts, John and I have been literally blown away. Like, blown away. Like, if good thoughts could cure cancer, then there wouldn't be any left. It's been amazing, overwhelming as well, in a good way, in the best way. I think I've had the biggest virtual hug that I ever thought possible. That I feel like I've been enveloped in this massive, well, it seems like it's worldwide because I'm getting messages from everywhere, hug with all the best wishes and prayers and thoughts and everything that I could ever possibly wish for. So I just wanted to say thank you, because that's everybody taking time out of their day to send me a message, be it Instagram, a comment on the videos, people that have got my number texting me, just everybody from everything. It's been truly amazing. And the stories that have been shared, the stories about your personal stories about the cancer that you've had, or cancer that you have helped your significant other or family member through, people that are so scared to go get a smear, and that's atrocious with how much the NHS pushes to get cancer treatment, or to prevent the need for it, to get your smears, do your checks, cop a feel for the boobs, you know, all the different kinds of cancer. Men, check your balls, all the things. Just, there's so many places that spend so much time and effort to get people to catch things early. And there are lots of bad stories about things stopping people from doing that. And that makes me really sad. Yeah, because I mean, I'm probably a couple of years over my getting my smear, which obviously hasn't helped much in this situation. But I've never been scared to go get one. I've never been in a situation where it has been horrific. And for those people that have that, I just want to give you a massive big hug, because that must be such an awful place to be, knowing that this is something that could save your life, but being absolutely petrified of doing it. So I can't imagine that. So we need to do things better. I've heard so many things from people saying that they're doing self-testing kits, where you're given literally a kit and told to go in a bathroom and you do a swab and then you send it off. I'm sure there's probably a few more details to it, but we need more of that. That would be ideal. That you could do by post. I bet that you could probably pick some up at the blooming chemist. You know, you don't need an address for something like that. That sounds like that would save a lot of people a lot of trouble. So interesting to find out more about that. And I've asked my consultant, I've got a caseworker who's been put in charge of my care, or she's like the liaison between everybody and me, and I've had a word with her about that to see what is the NHS's plan, and whether there is something that we just don't know about yet. I know I for sure didn't know, so I'll share that with you if I do get any feedback. So far, I have had a CT scan, which was straightforward. It was very strange because I had to have a CT of my chest with contrast, and the contrast was weird because I had the cannula in, and the woman said, "Don't worry, it'll feel a bit warm." And it feels like a hot flush. So any menopausal women out there, you recognise that one. Literally comes up from your head right down to your toes, but it also makes you feel like you've wet yourself. That's not fun. That was interesting, let's say. for that one. But the CT took about 20 minutes. I had to have a cannula in my arm. Everyone dead kind, lovely, go through everything, no problem at all. The MRI, again, handled beautifully. Just get in, sit down, get your gowns on. A cannula in this arm for this one. I had to have Buscopan to calm down. Bowel twitches, I think it was, for something like that, so they could get a clearer view. And then I had to have another contrast dye, but this time this one was cold, which was strange. So it was just cold up until kind of came up here, and then I didn't really feel anything after that. I was in there for over an hour in the actual MRI machine itself, so I think I might have nodded off once or twice, even though it's really loud in there. But you know, it's done now, everything's off, you don't get any feedback at all at the time. I know that the films are with my caseworker, that she's seen them, and I've had a phone call for my appointment. The DDT was today, and I am in at 2 p.m. on Monday the 11th, so that's the date. Monday is mine and John's wedding anniversary, so we'll see how we feel afterwards. And might pop out for a little meal after I've been to the hospital, depending on whether we can eat. Our appetites have been going up and down. From 1 minute we're eating all the things we shouldn't, and the next thing we can't eat anything. We have had terrible stomachs, you know. It's nervous poos for the win, let's say, or the lose, or the loss, whichever way. That's been terrible. It's just not been just us, our daughter. I think we're all just a little bit stressed out, as you can imagine. And this waiting is horrendous, you know. It's like waiting for tests. It's like you're waiting for to get things done, to do all of that, and now it's waiting, and it's like the sword dangling above your head, because you know it's there and you know it's coming, but you don't quite know how big the sword is, you know. Could be a little thing, could be a tiny little pocket knife, I don't know. I was given a booklet. I've saved it nicely. Oh no, let's see, where are you? So I was given a booklet, Understanding Cervical Cancer. All I can say is that if anybody gets given this before you get given the actual diagnosis, as in the stage of cancer you've got or anything like that, don't read it. Like, really, really don't read it. I read it, and you get, it's like stage 1 is a page, and then you get like stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4. I've been told already that my cancer is classed as advanced. When you look here, it says locally advanced cervical cancer, stages 1B2 to 4A. So that's like all of that up to there could be what I've got. And that's things like it's spread to lymph nodes, it's spread to organs, or it's just that it's a bigger size than it would be if it was early stage cervical cancer, because early stage cervical cancer stops at 1B1. So it's like, and of course it's like, find out what all the treatment means at blah blah blah. So of course I read that too. What the caseworker did say when we sat down, because she said that advanced means the margins that they find from the biopsy. So if they take a biopsy and there is good margins of healthy tissue around the outside, the chances are it's early stage and it's not classed as advanced. If there is no or little healthy tissue around the biopsy, then that's classed as advanced, because it's not classed as early stage. It's the big bit in the middle, which is where she says I'm at. She also said that, what was it? She said she covered advanced. And when we said, you know, because they mentioned serious a lot, And she was just like, obviously, if it has spread to other places, then that's when it gets real serious. But their suggested treatment plan for advanced cancer, normally it doesn't involve surgery, although I've said if it is something that could fit in, that's something that I would also put on the table as a request. As awful as it sounds for the things I've got to think of now, a radical hysterectomy. And a radical hysterectomy is top of the vagina, cervix, womb, fallopian tubes, ovaries, and surrounding lymph nodes, and some tissue that in your abdomen, just to make sure that's all clear. So it's radical, the hysterectomy. If it could be done with that, then that means no chemo and no radiation therapy. It's obviously still massive. 10-week, I think it's a 10-week recovery for that. But she said that they don't normally do that for the first instance for advanced cancer. So just in case with that. So what they normally do is chemoradiation. So chemoradiation for this would be 5 days in for the chemoradiation. So apparently it's mainly radiotherapy, but a little bit of chemotherapy helps the radiotherapy take and do its job better. So it's 5 days of that with 2 days off. You don't have to do it at weekends for 6 weeks. So it's pretty intense. And that's what they're saying is the probable thing for the advanced level of cancer there. So that's obviously, it's either one of them are a big deal. The tiny silver lining of all of this is that with me already being perimenopausal, we discussed what my symptoms were with that and all the things, and she said that obviously either one of those treatments is going to just throw me straight into medical menopause. And because I've already got a lot of the symptoms anyway, that I probably wouldn't have more, or it wouldn't be such a stretch from having none at all to suddenly having full menopause. So there'll be no periods after whatever comes next, which I've got to say I'm clinging to for a silver lining, you know. It's literally what was I saying to John? It's like 34 years of periods coming to an end. You know, I'd rather them just stop on their own with the menopause. This is a step too far for something to wish for, of course, but that is it is a small silver lining for all of that, and the fact that medical menopause won't feel like such a big deal. So that's good, I suppose. And if it does turn out to be something, I can then take the estrogen only HRT if I want to. Chances are I'll probably just stick with what I'm already taking. I have been sent, I'll go into another cupboard now. I have been sent by the wonderful Viva Vegan. They've got an account on Instagram. They've got a website and everything. They're based in Merseyside, and they send out these packs here. So you've got a bitter apricot kernel, organic turmeric and pepper, and sea moss and bladderwrack capsules. They send these cancer packs, as they call them, for free to anybody that has had cancer or has cancer. They send them out for free. They also take donations for things, but they won't let me donate because I'm stuck in that middle bit. I'm like, I'll pay for the things, that's fine, or I'll donate so somebody else can get some. And it's just like, well, let's get you sorted first. Let's get you sorted first, and then we'll look into that. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So I'm taking these. I've been advised to take vitamin D. So I've got vitamin D as well. You don't want to see what this cupboard looks like at the minute, but it is all natural stuff to see what I can do. I'm trying to eat more alkaline foods and alkaline water, because I know that it's one of those things where the less acidic your body is, the better it heals itself. So if I can help with stuff like that, then obviously I'll go for that. What I really need to do is stop eating crappy food, but that's my stress thing. My stress thing is to just stuff my face with things. I like food, and I think both John and I at the minute that's where we are at the moment. We're just we don't know what to do with ourselves. We're still at Willowfields. We don't have to be here. You know, it's still a few days off. Obviously it's Friday, but we've been here for the week, and we keep saying, it's okay, we'll go the coast. Let's go to York for a few days. You know, we'll find somewhere to go. Roundtree Park is closed. And every time we go to do something, it's like, should we though? We should do that. We shouldn't just sit around moping. Let's go and do something. And then we can't decide. We feel like we've got jet lag. We're so tired and just literally have no idea what to do with ourselves. So we're just watching lots of telly and trying not to worry and not looking in that book, because, you know, there's enough going on, and I'll find out soon enough. So for now, I'll carry on reading people's messages and soaking in every little bit of the love that's being sent to me, and I'll have an update for you with what the actual treatment plan is and what they say stage wise and things on Monday. Might not be out Monday. We just have to see what I think about that, and but soon after that I'll let you know. And I don't feel forced to do it. A lot of people are saying do what you want to do when you want to do it, and I am, don't you worry. This is exactly what I want to do when I want to do it. I ain't gonna push myself as much as I love y'all, you know, but it kind of feels right to want to let you know, and let you know how I've been feeling since I found out, and since having all the tests and what they felt like. You know, it's I'm not gonna be the last person that goes through this, you know. And it's the waiting. The waiting is awful. It's bloody awful. And it's so hard to try and find things to do that you want to do. It feels like you can't be happy. It feels like I can't sit and have a laugh and a joke because I got cancer, you know. And that's just so stupid, but that's how it feels. It feels like I should be serious, you know. I mean, I'm sure the saying serious as cancer came around for a reason, but yeah. So that's where we are. So we'll continue to sit and mope, no doubt. It's Mother's Day on Sunday, so we're hoping to try and meet our daughter halfway somewhere on Sunday, but if not, after Monday we're going to leave Willowfields for a little bit, depending. My caseworker said I'm on a 2-week pathway, which means that they try to keep it to a maximum of 2 weeks between each stage, and so far everything has been pretty much 2 weeks of what they're saying. So yeah, so this 2-week pathway. So after this, it should be 2 weeks before I get to see the consultant, either up at Castle Hill in Hull, which is where I'll have to go for chemo radiation, or in Scunthorpe if it turns into an operation instead. So it's 2 weeks for that, and then 2 weeks for the treatment to start, all being well after that. So yeah, a lot more waiting, but yeah, I just want to know whether I can stop assuming all these aches and pains are cancer being everywhere, you know. I want to know that what it is. I want to know what I've got to fight, and how they're going to help me fight it. And then after that, it will be Big Girl Knickers on time, because I ain't going anywhere, you know. I ain't going anywhere. I'm not done by a long shot. So yeah, and with all the love and support from you guys, there's no way. So I want to, and again, I'll just say a big old thank you. and sending out all of my love to you all. You're all amazing. You're truly amazing. And I appreciate every one of you that's taken time out of your day to send me a message, regardless of how, that have liked my video, and the ones that are a bit too shy to pop anything on anywhere, but sending me all the good vibes anyway. And for John. John's had loads of support as well. I should really include him a little bit, shouldn't I? Because he's going through hell. And so is my daughter. So, yeah, we've been covered in support, smothered in the biggest squishy blanket. And we appreciate it all. We all do. I just do need to say something about my daughter. She's amazing. You know, I always say good things because I made her myself, you know. It's like, I made this person and she's cool. But she has got such a good mind. She's straight on to fix it things. She is petrified, as we all are. But she is right in there. She put me in contact with the Viva Vegan and other people that she's been friends with for ages. She's the one who pushes me to look at alternatives, who's turned my head to see that there are other ways of doing things with all the supplements, and I have been better for it. She's amazing, and she's going to be making me some sourdough bread, or giving me some of a starter, depending on what we get to do, regardless of the treatment thing, so I can try and see how I can have my own little sourdough thing going on here. But yeah, so she's got us covered in lots of ways. She's helping us both out, and we're helping her, just as it should be. But yeah, she's amazing. Everybody else is. I don't want to downgrade anybody. It's, you know, people pleaser coming out here. Have you seen that? It's terrible. But yeah, I've got the best friends. I've got the best family. I've got the best online friends I've never got to meet, and acquaintances who I've never seen the faces before, but I know the names. All of y'all, honestly. Unbelievable. So that's enough from me. You know, you're going to get a lot more videos like this. And I will let you know as soon as I can after Monday. I'll let you know what's going on and what I've got to fight. So take care, guys. Love to y'all. See you later.